Hi guys, I thought to make you a quick audio for today. Some of you may have seen that I've posted what's currently going on in the sky. So what energies are we dealing with? How is this affecting Earth and Earth's inhabitants at a whole? And of course, how may you personally perceive and feel what's going on for you? And you can still, of course, read the post I've written on the eclipse that is coming the 7th of August. And eclipses are absolutely great to break free from any old patterns you've had. And this morning, I was sitting a little bit with it and I was thinking about it, and I felt a strong urge to create this audio for you and share a little bit more because what's coming up is very much what you feel. What was doable in society, and of course, society impacts mindset. It impacts how you behave, and it also impacts in what you feel is possible for you personally, because that's what a society does. Of course it gives it gives a certain type of security, and it gives the type of cooperation with each other. Community, maybe that's a better word, also comes with a set of rules, to make it function. And maybe you felt for a long time already, you don't really fit into those rules, or you don't really fit into that type of community. And what can come up this current eclipse is definitely where you've basically adjusted to other people's opinion. This has been going on for a while already, actually. So you may have noticed that you've been setting more boundaries to people in your life. Can be more intimate relationships, friendships as well, and really feeling the urge to set up clear boundaries. This is what I want. This is what I'm all about. You shall not cross it. And with the current sky energy, it can be a little bit intense as well to do that. So it's a bit forceful because it feels like an inner urge coming out of you to to really set everything straight. It doesn't have to be as forceful, so that is something that I would like to give you so you can reconsider, because what you're trying to do, if this is coming up, you're basically just taking your power away. And you can still do that in a sense that you feel very much in control of your choices as well. So that is one thing, and I'd like to fast forward a little bit to community, society, and those feelings you may have experienced, because in reality, no one is holding you back. No one is saying you can't do what you want to do. And I know there's always circumstances, but unless you're really in jail, or unless you're really in a type of country, maybe even where it's very, very difficult to to either listen to this. Maybe you wouldn't be even listening to this. Or the rules are so strict that it could get you killed. And I'm thinking more of like the countries in which women don't have the amount of freedom. But so of course there are exceptions to what I'm trying to tell you here. But in general, you would have the opportunity and the possibility to really live your life more from the inside out. And living from the inside out is basically all what all my products are about, what I do with clients, because it is always what is resonating with you personally. It is always about you. It's how you experience things. It's how your personal gifts and talents play out, what your priorities are. So all of those workshops, like be it the Mercury retrograde one, or of course the best-selling one, the moon energy, is really about attuning you to your inner flow. And often we have blocks to be able to do that, and the blocks can be found in a mindset, so how we think about certain things. Sometimes we don't even know that there's other possibilities, so it's not even on our radar, so we still have to open ourselves up to see it and start thinking in opportunities more. Oftentimes, and that's also one of the things that I love working with. Something is stored in your subconscious, or the emotional body is holding a certain type of energy that often tries to protect you or holding you back. But all of this can be cleared, and it should never be something that is blocking you for a long time. Now, what is coming up this coming eclipse, or this coming eclipse? The lunar eclipse on 7th of August, it can you can really come into awareness now, like, okay, how did my community, how did society, how did it shape me, and how did I go along with that? And you will feel the urge, and again, this depends on how far you are on your own path already, but there's really that inner call, and it's been going round for quite some time already, but the inner call to truly listen. Okay, so what am I about? So what am I bringing into this world? What would I like to contribute, and how can I contribute this in my own very, very personal way? And that is something that can come up, but you can also basically let go. So all of those shoots and the burdens you may have been carried about, like, oh, I'm not going to fit in, or oh, people are going to think something of me if I make different choices. It's not going to feel as heavy anymore, or the opportunity will come up to shed some of that. And for some, it will really be like entering, oh, you know what? It really doesn't matter anymore. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm stepping into, who I am, and how I'd like to live on all levels, and I'm just going to ooze that out into society, into the world, in whichever way. And so that's why I wanted to remind you that, that it's always about your personal choices. You don't have to do anything or prioritize anything that is not on your personal priority list. So I'm just going to mention a few life areas, and then I'm going to end the recording because it's getting a bit long. But if we're speaking about relationships, or how you'd like to have your relationships, or maybe a relationship isn't your priority, it is all good. Same, especially see it often with, people wanting families and children, but there are also those of us that really don't want that, and, prefer to be able to travel, for example, or to be able to live a different type of life, with a different type of relationship with the things they love, than a family, or a husband, wife, whatever. But it's okay, because a lot of things around this are often, pressured by society that we should do it a certain way. Same with work, for instance. And this has been, of course, the tendency. If you can study, if you can, take the highest education as possible, then go along and, do that. You owe that to yourself to do that. But for many people, maybe they have the brain to be a doctor, but maybe they would really enjoy working on buildings or on renovations. So work way more with the hands. And I'm using this as an example to show you that the same with careers, or your career choices, or your work choices. You can, it's always about what ticks you personally. But if there's certain expectations, so expectations is another keyword here, that people have from you, this is an opportunity to look at where you are in your life. What did people expect of you? And how did you go along with that? So also owning up and taking the responsibility. So yes, maybe you walked along their path for a long time, but you don't have to do that anymore, and you can become more aware now, and awareness brings choices. Okay, lovelies, that's it for today, and I'm wishing you a gorgeous time. Feel free to ask me any questions or comments, or if you want me to look at a certain questions in life, be it from astrology, or you would like to go into healing and healing some of the blocks, all possible. Send me a PM then, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Bye bye. This was Laura.